Hello everyone, this is Geeta Krishna. I'm one of the Epic Cloud coach. Let's introduce you to Node.js and Express.js. Node.js is an open source platform for creating web applications and servers. It is asynchronous and single-threaded, and it has the features of non-blocking IO operations. This non-blocking IO operations is attained by a feature called event loop. You can create REST APIs in Node.js by using a framework called Express.js, and this Express.js is also available as a library for you to work with. Okay, let's create our REST APIs. Open a command prompt. Move into the browser that you want to work with. Now, create a folder. Then move into the folder now. And give the command npm space init. This command creates a file called as package.json, which has all the details of your application such as name, version, licensing, and a lot of things. Name and version are important and required, and all the other things are optional. You can leave them empty, else you can write. Description is nothing but a string that describes the developers or users to know what the application is all about. Next, entry point. Entry point is nothing but it's a JavaScript file. It acts as a main module for your code or application. Let's say you want to access this particular code into the another application, you can just import it into your another application by using the keyword called require. Git repository. As the name itself suggests that it's a repository where you can store your code. Just give you a Git URL here, it will be stored there. And also this URL will be useful for tracking your issues. Keywords. Let's say you have published your code as a library into npm. The developers may want to access your library, but as there are lot number of npm libraries on npm, they will be difficult to find. So you need to provide a unique keyword such that they can easily access your library. Other, it's nothing but your name. License. These are a set of permissions by which your application can be accessed, modified, or else even shared. That's how my package.json will be. Usually it's a JSON file. Okay, if you think your file is ready, just give y and enter. Now, as my module is nothing but app.js, I need to create an app.js, and for that purpose I'll be using a text editor called Notepad++. You can use Notepad also, or even Atom too. Okay, so as my application is using Express, I'll be importing my Express libraries. After importing my Express libraries, I need to initialize it. For that purpose, I'll be using Express methods. Then, after initialization, I want to access it on a particular port. For that purpose, I'll be using .listen method followed by my port number. Now, we are saying that we want to access my data from front end and send it to back end. So, for that purpose, you need to access your HTML page, right? So, I'll be using a HTTP web called get and a concept called as routing. Just follow the syntax. Yep. So this is the HTTP web by which you are accessing your route. Your route is nothing but this thing. Usually you will be giving the route in your web browser as an URI. Okay. This URI is a request from your browser. So I will say that my response is a file. So I'll be using a method called as send file. And here this directory name, _directory name tells us that you're accessing your index.html file from the present directory. Let's get into the code of my index.html. My index.html has username and password. I'm sending the data via a HTTP method called post. So the post method sends the data in body, and the form data will be usually URL encoded. And I'm sending the data to an API called /send. So you need to create an API called /send now, but the method should be post. So let's use a post method. You can also call it as middleware, post middleware. And the syntax is as follows. So I'm using a post middleware and I'm accessing that particular API from the form action here. So my request of /send will send the data into the body, request body. But as my body is URL encoded, I need to decode it and parse it. For that purpose, I'll be using a library called as body parser. These 2 lines of code tells us that you are decoding it and parsing it. So after parsing, I'll be storing those particular form data into particular variables. You can then send these variables into a database, but I'm not persisting or storing it into a database or backend. I'm just storing it here and printing it on the console. As my code is completed, I'll be storing or saving it now. Then after saving it, go into the command prompt where you have created package.json. As I'm importing my libraries, you need to install them first. I've imported Express and body parser, so I'll be installing them both. The command is npm install express. If you want to install them globally, you can use -g. Express is completed. Now I want to install my body parser. If you don't install these things, then the code will tell that it cannot find the module express or body parser. As this thing is completed, I need to run it. For that purpose, I'll be giving a command called node space my filename.js. It's working fine and it's working on 3000 port. You can provide your IP address colon port number, else since it's your own system, you can give localhost. As my code tells us that I need to use a URI or route called / for rendering my HTML page, I'll be using / here. See, my HTML page is rendered. Now give the details that you want to send. Click on login. My data will be sent to a backend, but my backend is nothing but the variables here. And I'm printing my variables, so you can find my username and password here. That's how you can send the data from HTML page to backend using these REST APIs. Thank you.